What's going on? So? This isn't what I expected at all. Why did I get this particular treat?
Well, don't worry, it's quite normal. You'll just get some rest, hatch, and everything will be okay. I always knew you were something special, Yarnaby.
I mean, you've always been so unique, Yarnaby. Maybe being an egg isn't such a bad thing after all. Think what a surprise for everyone when you hatch.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Everyone starts with an egg, so relax. The important thing is that you don't get stuck in there too long, or you'll have to call us all for help.
Don't worry, Yarnaby. Everything will be fine. You're not the first to find yourself in this position. Soon you'll be flying like a bird.
It's just a natural process, Yarnaby. I'm sure you'll come out when the time is right. We're here to support you, don't worry.
Well there, I'm ready to hatch. It's certainly not as easy as everyone thought, but I can do it. Can you hear the egg cracking? I can just feel it breaking, and I'm going to be a new chick. Hopefully I'll be cool and be able to fly all over the world.
Listen, Yarnaby, I'm so happy for you. Just imagine how much is ahead of you when you become a fledgling. All those adventures, flying, new horizons. I believe you'll get through it. The main thing is don't worry, just relax and everything will go smoothly.
Wow, Yarnaby, that's so great. You're in the process of becoming a chick right now. I'm sure you'll be the strongest and fastest of all the birds. I'm already wondering how you're going to fly once you come out of the egg.
Wow, that's quite an event. You're going to be a real chick. I'm looking at you and thinking how great it all is. This is the moment. Breaking the egg, coming out, and starting life as a new bird. Imagine flying through the sky and singing your bird songs.
I've never actually been an egg, but apparently it's a whole process. I'm sure you can handle it, Yarnaby. Break the egg, hatch, and it'll only get better from here. You're like a chick, so you'll fly like a real master.
There you are, Yarnaby, the moment of truth. You are moving into a new stage of your existence. I am glad you have found yourself ready for it. You have strength, confidence, and now you are ready to experience the life of a fledgling. I hope you can learn everything you need to know. Flying, finding food, building a nest.
What is this world? It's so big and dangerous. I can't fly, and it's so scary. How can I survive here if I'm so small? These huge creatures can swallow me if I'm not careful. But I have to. I can't give up. I'm a fledgling. I'm going to fight for my life.
Yarnaby, you can do it. Yes, the world seems scary, but you can learn to protect yourself. I mean, you've been through so much already. Don't forget, you're not alone. If anything, I'm always here to help. Chicks have to be brave, even if they are small. You can fight against any danger. The main thing is not to lose faith in yourself.
Yarnaby, you are strong even if you can't fly yet. Just believe in your strength. I'm sure you'll be able to cope with any dangers. After all, you've already become a fledgling. That's the hardest part. Whoever can survive in such a world will become a real hero. You're not alone. We'll all be helping you.
Wow, Yarnaby, you must be really in a difficult situation, but I believe in you. We've all been through hardships, and you'll get through it too. If you can't fly, use your wits and speed. Hide, run, and you will definitely learn to defend yourself. You're a chick with character after all, and that's what matters most.
Don't worry, Yarnaby. I know you can handle it, for you are at the very beginning of your journey. The world will be dangerous for you, but you can develop your skills. Come on, be strong, and show everyone that chicks are not only the weakest, but also the bravest. You will learn to fly and defend yourself. I believe in you.
Ugh, I'm finally here. The treehouse. It's so high up, but I'm safe now, though it's not so easy here. I'm so tired of all these dangers, but at least it seems peaceful here. I hope I can rest and get some strength.
You did it, Yarnaby. I'm so glad you made it here. This treehouse is a great hiding place. Now you can take a little break and gather your strength. You know, I always said you could handle it, and here you are.
What a beauty! Yarnaby, you've come an incredible way. You'll be much safer here. And by the way, the treehouse is a gorgeous place to watch. You'll be able to keep an eye on everything going on around you, and you'll be ready for any threats.
Well, it's time to move on. This treehouse wasn't bad, but I'm sure I can find something even better. The world is big and I want to explore it. Find a place where I can truly be safe and maybe even find others like me.
Oh, are you serious? You're not going to stay in this house? I thought you were going to rest here for at least a couple days and you're already flying on. Well, if you need a new place, I'm sure you'll find it. I just hope it's safe.
You've already flown so far, Yarnaby. But if you feel you need to keep going, there's no need to stop you. Just remember that things aren't always going to be as safe as you want them to be. It's best to keep your eyes open.
Don't stop, Yarnaby. You're strong, and you can find yourself the perfect place. But be careful. There may be new threats out there that you haven't seen yet. Time will tell where you should go.
You are a true adventurer, Yarnaby. I know you're bound to find a better place, but the main thing is to remember to be careful. You shouldn't fly too far without preparation. You need to be ready for anything.
You're right, Yarnaby. You should look for the best place. However, it is important to remember that it may take time. Be prepared for difficulties along the way, and don't forget safety. It is better to go slowly, but surely, than to rush and find yourself in danger.
You know, guys, I never thought about what it would be like to be a bird, but now that I can fly, I feel really free. No boundaries, no limitations, you just float in the air and fly wherever you want. It's an incredible feeling, like the world has opened up in front of me from a new perspective.
I know what you mean, Yarnaby. Being on the ground is cool, but when you're in the air, everything seems so light and endless. It's like you're in the clouds and the whole world becomes small and far away.
Yeah, I've always dreamed of freedom too, when I could fly like a bird. Everything seems different, more alive, more vivid. But, you know, sometimes high in the air has its dangers too. Don't forget that.
Freedom is cool, Yarnaby, but remember that you can also fall from great heights. You have to be careful. Even if you're flying, it's important to know when and how to land.
And I like the way you describe it, Yarnaby. Flying is like being part of the wind, and you're not limited by anything. But once you understand how to better control your flight, the whole world becomes your playing field.
I never thought I would be this high. It's unbelievable. Right up in the clouds, where I can see the whole world below me. I think I've finally found my place. An island in the clouds is the perfect place to live. No one will bother me here. I can be completely free.
Wow, Yarnaby, you're just like a bird on high. It's a dream to live on an island among the clouds. I'm jealous. I hope you build yourself a cozy little house there.
How romantic, Yarnaby. But remember, it can be a bit lonely up here. I know you love your freedom, but don't forget your friends. Maybe sometimes we should fly up to visit you.
An island in the clouds is certainly cool, but how are you going to keep in touch with the rest of the world? You don't want to get lost among the clouds, do you?
Well, if you're willing to live among the clouds, Yarnaby, then you have a real adventurous spirit. The main thing is, don't forget how to go back if you suddenly want to change your surroundings.
How did this happen? We just got in the game and we're already missing arms and legs. It's not fair at all. Now we have to find ourselves piece by piece, like we're puzzles.
Yeah, well, we're officially tadpoles now. You know, it's kind of fun. The only bad thing is, without arms, I can't grab or move, and without legs, well, you know, you can't even run away from someone.
Oh, you guys are so funny. I never thought you'd look even funnier than usual. But seriously, you need to find your body parts right away, because otherwise you won't even pass the easiest obstacles.
Okay, let's think logically. If I were your arm or leg, where would I hide? Under that big crate, maybe? Or were they just scattered all over the map?
So, what if your body parts just got away from you? You know, like, we're tired. We want to go for a walk. Haha. Okay, just kidding. But seriously, you'd better hurry up in case someone else decides to take them.
It's a scientific fact that if you don't put your body back together for too long, your brain will start to think that's the way it should be, and you'll get used to being just heads. Better not take too long or you'll stay like that forever.
Oh, finally, one body part. It's only a leg for now, but you know, Doey, I feel like I found a treasure. At least now I won't just roll around on the ground, but I'll be able to jump a little.
I think I hit the jackpot. I've got two parts, a body and an arm. It's kind of weird without the other arm and legs, but you know what the hardest part is? Putting it on without hands. I'm literally like a constructor who has to put himself together.
Well, you're certainly doing well, but there's a whole big world ahead of you. You think you'll find the rest of the pieces so easily? Well, they're not. They could be anywhere. In the trees, in the water, in some hiding places. Get ready for a real adventure.
That's right. You'll have to climb, jump, maybe even climb some strange structures. Although, how will you climb without a second arm and legs? Now that's something I want to see.
Imagine if someone had already found your arm and was using it in their own way, like holding a flashlight in it or even deciding that it's their own hand. Haha. I can imagine Yarnaby then catching up with some random player and taking his limb from him.
It's a scientific fact that if your arm or leg is owned by someone else for a long time, it can develop new owner syndrome and start resisting you when you get it back. So hurry up before your limbs betray you.
Okay, Doey, I don't think we can see much from the ground. Let's try to get somewhere higher. Maybe we'll get a better view of where our body parts are scattered. Maybe they're just lying on rooftops somewhere or stuck in tree branches.
Do you think I can climb without legs? I've only got one arm so far. If I try, the most I can do is hang from something and swing until I fall back down. Although, if you give me a push, I might be able to do it.
Of course you can. It's a brilliant idea to climb up without all your body parts. What if you fall off? I mean, you're literally a head with a couple of random parts. I can imagine what it would be like to tumble down and then put yourself back together again in pieces.
Let them try. I wonder how far they'll go. Maybe while they're climbing down there, their body parts will roll back up on their own when they see their owners trying so hard.
But if you climb up, you can yell from above, "Hey, where are our legs?" Maybe they'll answer you. Or maybe you'll find someone else's and think they're yours. That's another story.
All right, an experiment is an experiment. I'm even prepared to record in my scientific notes how successful it would be if two creatures without a full body attempted to climb a high point. Come on, lads, surprise me.
How come? Doey, you're all packed up and I'm still limping on one leg. Where are all my parts? Did someone hide them from me on purpose? Is that even normal?
Well, I don't know. Maybe your parts just got scattered? Or are they hiding from you? Imagine your hand being like, "No, I'd rather lie here. I'm more comfortable this way."
Yeah, it sounds like you're just unlucky. Maybe you were too lazy in a previous life, and now fate has decided that picking up your body is too easy for you.
Well, if you suddenly can't find everything, you can try alternatives. Would you like me to give you my spare paw? True, it's fuzzy and not very comfortable, but at least it's something.
Uh-oh, I can only imagine what that would look like. A Yarnaby with one human leg, one cat paw, and maybe a dinosaur tail. The new fashion for prefabricated bodies.
It's a scientific fact that if someone gets too angry, it won't help them find their lost limbs. I suggest you stay calm and keep looking, or at least don't yell at your one found leg.
Are you kidding me? He's got one leg left and I'm bouncing around on one like some circus clown. Why am I so unlucky? I've been halfway across this map, but I guess my hands and my other leg decided they're fine without me.
Well, maybe they're just hiding from you. You're so mean. Your limbs probably thought, "Oh, come on, let's live separately."
Ha ha ha. What if they just decided to take a vacation? The kind that sit in a corner somewhere, drinking a cocktail and enjoying life.
Maybe you just don't have the talent to look, Yarnaby. Dowie's almost a whole one now, and you're still hopping around on one leg.
I imagine your arm and leg hanging out together somewhere and being like, "Come on, let him run around a bit more. He might lose weight."
If you want, Yarnaby, I can try to create mechanical limbs for you. You'd be half robot. Imagine the possibilities. There's no guarantee it'll work, but it's an interesting experiment.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's just knock on the door and say, "Excuse me, is my arm lying around here by any chance? Or maybe there's a leg lying around. We're collecting bodies here."
Imagine if your arm was sitting at the table, drinking tea with some aristocratic accent. "Ah, peace and comfort at last. Without that troublesome Yarnaby, just grace."
If your body parts have decided to live separately, I'm sure they've chosen the most luxurious mansion. You need to look for the most expensive place in case they got rich.
Oh, I'm imagining the picture. Walking into the house and there's your hand in gold gloves, your foot in expensive slippers.
Oh, finally, another leg. Already half a step closer to a full reunion. Now all that's left are two arms. Where are they? Why are they hiding so hard?
Hey, you're one step closer. I like the way you're turning into your almost complete self. And here I am, fully assembled. Now I can start walking around this world. Although I do miss your company with my legs a little.
You're so close, Yarnaby. Just a little bit left. And by the way, have you ever thought about the fact that if you lost like just one leg, you could be a great skateboarder? You're so close, Yarnaby. Just a little bit left. And by the way, have you ever thought about the fact that if you lost like just one leg, you could be a great skateboarder?
Well, We're definitely almost there. Doughy, you're already in one piece, so you can go check all the houses, and Yarnaby can go find his last hand. We've all been waiting for this moment.
Good job, Yarnaby. You're almost packed. I salute you as an almost full-fledged Yarnaby. I hope your arms didn't run away on vacation like your legs did earlier.
I can't find them anymore. Where are my hands? It's just impossible. I've been to so many places and it's like they've disappeared. What if I don't have my hands? How am I gonna live without them?
Don't worry, Yarnaby. You've already found your legs, and your arms aren't that far away. It just takes a little time. They might be hidden in some unusual place. You didn't think your feet would be in the place you found them either, did you?
Maybe we should check out those houses we saw earlier. I think they might be there. I mean, you're almost at the finish line. Don't give up. You're definitely going to make it.
I have faith that you will find your hands. You've overcome so much already, so just bear with me a little bit. Those hands are probably just hiding in some kind of surprise.
Yes, Yarnaby, don't get discouraged. You've been closer to your goal all this time than you thought. I mean, you found almost everything. The hands are just the final piece. We're with you.
Absolutely right. You just have to practice searching a bit and keep the faith. The hands must be around somewhere. If they suddenly escape, tell them you're serious about getting them back.
Wait a minute, Yarnaby. We haven't been to the beach yet. Maybe your hands are there? I've heard you can find the most unexpected things on the beach. It's not like we haven't checked the area.
Oh, the beach. Maybe you're right. I was only going around the houses and streets. Finally, I found all my body parts. Yay, I'm whole again. It's been such a long and strange journey. Okay, Dowie, let's take our time. We have to think this through. If we pick the wrong option, it's a minus point, and I don't want to screw up at the beginning.
Look, I think people tend to choose what makes sense to them. But on the other hand, sometimes it's set up the other way around to confuse things. Why don't we just go where the colors are brighter? That's usually where everyone's drawn to.
Huh, you're quite the analyst, aren't you? But guessing these things isn't just logic, it's luck. I'm guessing you don't have a lot of it.
Well, if you're going to play a strategy game, pick the one that seems the most illogical. Because in these games, most of the time the traps are where things are too obvious.
What? How is this apple more popular? You gotta be kidding me. Orange is bright, juicy, delicious. Who picks an apple when there's an orange?
Yarnaby, get over it. You picked the wrong one. Maybe people just have nicer associations with an apple, like pies or juice. Oh, what a surprise. You can never be 100% sure in games like this. Logic doesn't always work here.
Well, you know apples are different. Green, red, sour, sweet. And an orange is always just an orange. Maybe people like variety.
Yarnaby, don't sweat it. You just have a slightly different flavor, that's all. The key is to analyze mistakes and not make them again. So come on, there's more slides to come.
That's it. See, Dowie, we've already guessed several times in a row. No more coincidences. I've got my intuition tuned like radar now. Okay, the choice is clear. Being the smartest is better than just being rich. If you're smart, you can make money too, right?
I totally agree. Besides, if you're rich but not smart, you can easily be cheated. It's better to understand how the world works than to just sit on a pile of money.
Interesting choice, but I'm not sure most people think the same way. Many people want an easy life and will choose money over knowledge.
Exactly. Money gives you comfort, but intelligence doesn't always give you comfort. Imagine if it turns out here that people chose wealth, you'll get another minus.
But if you are the smartest, you can invest, create something cool, and still become rich. Their logic is sound. Let's see what the results show.
Ha! I wish I knew the statistics in advance, but I agree with the choice. Intelligence is power. Money can be lost, but knowledge will always stay with you.
Well, this one's an easy choice. Of course, the burger. Big juicy patty, cheese, sauce. A hot dog is just a sausage in a bun. There's nothing to compare.
I totally agree. A burger has more toppings, you can add whatever you want, and a hot dog is like a snack on the run. A burger is always better.
Oh, finally the obvious right choice! Even people who don't eat meat can have a vegan burger, but that won't work with a hot dog.
Well, I generally like both. But if you have to choose between the two, the burger is obviously more popular. There's more of them than hot dogs in any cafe.
Imagine a huge burger with a double patty and lots of cheese. Now I'm hungry. Good thing we picked the right one.
That's out of the question. The only question is, what exactly is the burger better with? Bacon or caramelized onions? Although, wait, we're in a game!
That's it, Doey. No more disagreements. We need to stick together or we'll be divided again. Let's discuss which option is best before each choice instead of just jumping in wherever we want. If we choose at random, we risk losing.
I couldn't agree more. It's not just a guessing game, it's a strategy game. If we choose different things, one of us could get eliminated, and then the game won't be as much fun. So from now on, we'll have a mini meeting before each choice.
Well, they finally figured it out. I've been watching your chaotic choices since the beginning, and I wanted to scream at the screen. Teamwork is the key to victory. Let's see how far you can go if you pick together. I hope you don't mess up.
Yeah, just don't go on for half an hour before each slide or you'll fall asleep. Just be logical. Don't just choose according to your mood. Or Yarnaby, did you really think the orange was more popular than the apple? It's a classic. Everybody takes the apple.
Actually, I'd suggest we implement a voting system so we can help you out. But since the rules don't allow it, just consult with each other. The main thing is not to argue endlessly, but to find a compromise.
Good tactical approach. Now the main thing is to make sure that the game doesn't throw you some unexpected choice. For example, something like live on Mars or live underwater. Then we'll see how well your teamwork works.
Haha, Doey, you really can't do parkour. It's so easy. You just jump, that's all.
Yeah, I know. It's just a little mistake. I somehow landed wrong, that's all. You're not so tough if you're just looking from the outside.
So, Yarnaby, are you ready to beat him? It's not hard at all, and it looks like your friend is losing ground.
Doey, you need more practice. You're out of shape. I mean, you've been through tougher parkour than this and this. It's like for kids.
I knew it would be the right choice. A roller coaster is not just a ride, it's a real adrenaline and drive. Water is great, of course, but with slides, you definitely get an unforgettable experience. Why not choose them, right?
Haha, Yarnaby, you're a genius. I thought everyone would go for water slides, but you chose roller coasters specifically, and now your choice has proven to be the right one. It's a classic. I wouldn't be surprised if you win today. You even surprised me. Usually everyone looks at water slides and you went ahead and picked just the right one.
I would definitely pick the roller coaster too. There's something special about the suspense when you're going at high speed. The water is great, but the roller coaster is something else. I agree with Yarnaby. It was the right choice.
Haha, well, that's obvious. Who would choose a cave when you can live in a treehouse? It's not just a house, it's a whole fortress at altitude. The view from the window, the fresh air. A cave, compared to this, looks like some old basement.
Well, I agree with Yarnaby. A treehouse is cool, just like when I was a kid. A cave can be interesting, but living there is like living in some kind of dungeon. And a treehouse is the perfect choice for a real adventure.
I would choose a tree house too. What's the point of a cave if you can live high up in the forest, among the trees? I mean, that's just unbelievable. I laugh at those who choose a cave too. Really, how can you choose a cave when you have such a cool treehouse?
Oh well, that's not even a question. Who wants to just breathe underwater when you can fly like a bird? That's real freedom. Imagine, you fly up into the sky and below you is the whole earth, clouds, horizons. It's like being a superhero.
Flying is a dream come true. Breathing underwater. Well, that's cool for a couple minutes. But flying, you can fly all you want. To see the world from a height, to experience sensations that you would never experience underwater.
There you go, 6 fingers on your hand, that's awesome. You can do more, like playing the piano or painting, everything will be easier. And if it's on your foot, it's not as comfortable. I guess with your feet, you don't really play the piano much, do you?
Wait, what about the foot? 6 toes could be handy too. For example, you could have better balance or even cooler running. Toes are useful too, don't tell me you don't need them.
Interesting. I'd choose the hand, of course. Although, 5 toes is fine for feet as it is, and 6 toes probably wouldn't be desirable on feet.
Oh, well, I'd probably choose the hand too. 6 toes is like more room for creativity and work. On the foot, it's weird, of course, though who knows? Maybe someone sees an advantage in that.
I think 6 toes on a foot might be weird, but it might look cool. And on the hand, yeah, right. You can do more with 6 fingers. It's more useful.
That's it. We made it to the exit. It was fun, albeit a little nerve-wracking. Still, so many choices. And by the way, I was right. Most of us chose right, Doey. Why the hell do I even have to carry you, Doey? You're not a baby. You're huge. I'm going to break my arms. If we fall, I'll drop you first. Got it?
Hey, don't whine. Those are the rules of the game. Just think of me as a sweet little baby. Well, maybe not so cute, but definitely a little baby. Hurry up, the platform's starting to disappear.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Yarnaby, you look like you're carrying a sack of potatoes, not a baby. At least try to hold him more gently.
Yeah, he's carrying Dowie like he wants to throw him off the balcony. I'm waiting for the moment when Yarnaby just gives up and drops him into the abyss.
From a physics standpoint, this is already absurd. Dowie is 10 times heavier than the average child. How does the game even allow you to do that? But anyway, it looks like fun.
If Yarnaby can hold Dowie properly and Dowie doesn't twitch, they have a chance of passing the test. The only question is how long they'll last.
Okay, now that's not funny anymore. How am I supposed to jump over with this giant baby in my arms? Dowie, why don't you lose some weight, huh? My arms are going to fall off. Ah, that's it, Dowie. It's your fault. You're too heavy. I couldn't jump properly because I was holding a sack of potatoes, not a baby.
Hey, it's actually not my fault. You were supposed to calculate the jump, not just run for luck. Maybe next time think first before you jump?
Ha ha ha! I knew this was going to happen. Yarnaby, you looked so confident, and then bats, and down. That was even funnier than I expected.
Oh, that was beautiful. I would have replayed that on replay. Dowie in the air still managed to swing his paws so funny, like he could fix something.
Well, now you have a unique opportunity to repeat the experiment. Just try not to break the laws of physics this time.
Well, what do you say now, huh? It was only worth it to focus once, and we show a perfect pass. No accidental falls, no silly mistakes, just masterful play. I hope you're watching closely there, because I want everyone to recognize that I'm a platforming genius.
Oh, yes, of course, platforming genius. Remind me again who dropped me into the abyss just a few minutes ago? Who made me scream with fear as we flew down? If you're such a genius, at least try not to drop me again because I'm definitely going to bite you this time.
You guys are unbearable. Why is it suddenly so easy for you guys to play? Where are your fails? Where are your falls? Where are your screams? I'm not interested in watching anymore if you guys do everything perfectly. Maybe someone will accidentally hit the wrong button. Just one disaster, please.
I miss the chaos a bit too, but on the other hand, it's even strangely satisfying to see. It's like we're watching something historic. The first time Yarnaby and Dowie aren't fainting at every turn. It's scary. What if it's not them? What if we've been switched?
Hey, don't jinx them. Maybe they've finally learned to work as a team and we're seeing the birth of true professionals. Though, of course, the possibility of them crashing somewhere again in a couple seconds remains high. Let's just enjoy the moment while it lasts.
From a scientific point of view, this is an extremely interesting case. Normally, when two fidgeters work together, things end up in chaos. But suddenly, through many falls and failures, they have coherence.
Yarnaby, do you even realize I'm inside here and not just a sack of potatoes? Stop wiggling the basket like that. I'm already getting carsick, and if you don't slow down right now, I'm going to fall out of here right on your huge nose.
Oh, don't exaggerate, Dowie. It's just a little dangle. Uh-oh. Can you at least be careful? I'm shaking in here like a washing machine at maximum speed. Is this even safe? Why do I feel like this basket is about to break under my weight? And if I fall out, will you at least pick me up or leave me here alone?
Oh. Yarnaby. You weigh like a truck full of bricks. Who even came up with the idea that I have to carry you? It's impossible. Why did it seem so easy when I was in the basket? Now I feel like I'm carrying the whole house on my back. If I drop you, you won't be offended?
Ha 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 ha. God, I can't watch this. This is the worst role reversal in history. Dowie, you look like you're carrying a sack of potatoes, not a friend. Yarnaby, at least try sitting up straight instead of twirling around like you've got a motor inside you.
How about Dowie try to catapult you forward, Yarnaby? Suddenly you'll fly all the way across the map and land right at the finish line? I think that would be a great experiment.
No, please take your time. I need to film this historic moment. I'm already imagining the headlines. Monster in a basket, giant carrying experiment. If you really jump out, Yarnaby, I'll put this video on repeat and laugh for years.
If we look at this situation from a scientific point of view, we can come to the conclusion that the load on Dowie's spine has already exceeded the acceptable level. The question is, what will happen first? Will Doughy drop Yarnaby, or will his legs simply fail? Personally, I'm betting on the second option.
Wow, I never noticed how huge this world is. Everything is so tall, so big, it's like I've entered a land of giants. Even you, Doughy, you look like a giant. That's so cool. I feel small, light as a feather. Hey, careful there, don't drop me.
Yeah, good for you, Yarnaby. For me, on the other hand, the world has become a hard place. Do you know how hard it is to carry a basket with a monster that can't sit still? Honestly, if I knew you'd get this high, we would have switched places from the beginning.
Looks like Yarnaby has found his true calling, being a toddler. Can't we just keep him that way? Small, cute, content? I can't even believe it's the same Yarnaby who's always causing havoc.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe when you get out of this game, Yarnaby will still be like this. Can you imagine what little paws he'll have, tiny ears, and a squeaky voice? Oh, I'd love to see that.
I think he should be given a milk bottle and wrapped in a blanket. Since he's enjoying the small size so much, let him experience it all for himself. I wonder if he stays like that. Will he have to be carried around for the rest of the game?
Scientific fact. Shrinking your body affects your perception of your surroundings. Yarnaby may be experiencing elation because his brain is adapting to his new size. But hey, if you like being small so much, why do we have to carry you around? Why don't you learn to walk on those tiny feet?
Oh, imagine if Doughy and I were both toddlers. We would have wreaked such havoc. Small, but with the same spirit of destruction. We'd be able to get into places the big ones can't and make such a mess. It would be fantastic. Can you imagine how much we would laugh trying to get through narrow passageways, leaving behind chaos and utter confusion?
Aha, are you out of your mind? You're full of ideas as always, Yarnaby, except I'm not sure I want to carry you around in a basket forever. Little paws are fun, sure, but you already have too much energy in you for that to be comfortable.
That would definitely be fun, but if you were both toddlers, I'd probably be your caretaker because neither of you would be able to sit still. We'd all laugh, but then I'd probably have to clean up after you like you were two brats.
Let's imagine Yarnaby and Doughy as two miniature mayhem, running all over the map and trying to sneak into places where no one is expecting them.
Finally, we made it through this, Doughy. I didn't expect us to reach the portal with such difficulty. Consider this our little victory. Well, the prison looks kind of nice, like a 5-star hotel, except for the bars, the locks, and the fact that we're locked in here. I wonder why they make such beautiful cells. To make the prisoners feel comfortable before escaping?
Yeah, it looks tempting. But here's a question. How many hidden traps are there in total? I feel like if I just take a wrong step, the floor beneath me will open up and I'll fall into some aquarium monster. Gotta be more careful.
Huh, I like it. It's all clean, the walls are sparkling, the furniture is stylish. Maybe you should just stay. See for yourself. Much better than the filthy basements where they usually keep prisoners.
Poppy, have you forgotten that this is a prison, not a hotel? And actually, I agree with Doughy. There's clearly something wrong here. No one builds cells just for the sake of beauty. I'm sure there's something fishy going on here that we're not seeing yet.
Maybe there are secret mechanisms hidden here? Usually places like this have hidden buttons, secret passageways, or riddles. If that's the case, you'll have to carefully examine the walls and objects in the room.
That's right. You have to examine every corner, every detail, because the prettier the trap, the more insidious it turns out to be. Perhaps one wrong step and a deadly trap opens instead of a way out. Be careful.
Okay, we need to get out of here, but the question is, how? The door is locked, the bars are solid, and the walls look too smooth to climb. Maybe there's some kind of secret exit here?
I don't think Aqua Splankies is just going to let us out. If it's his prison, then he's definitely envisioned someone trying to escape. We need to think outside the box. Or does someone have a crowbar?
A crowbar? Really? Maybe you also have lockpicks and an escape plan drawn up. I'd look for something to use against the security system. There might be hidden levers or ciphers.
That's right. Prisons in places like this are usually full of puzzles. If there's a security camera in here, that means someone can see us. Should we try pretending to just sit there and then abruptly tear off when the guards get distracted?
Or use intelligence. Remember, In some places, you have to press the secret plates in the right order to open a passage. Maybe there's something on the floor or walls that will tell us the solution?
Staying guessing is a bad idea, until we check. Let's have a look around. If this is Aqua Splanky's lair, it definitely has a security system and loopholes. The main thing is not to set off the alarm before the time.
Well, so far everything looks too familiar. Jumping through lasers, balancing on narrow tubes, even those giant fans that can blow us down. But something tells me that Aqua Splankies has prepared something special.
Yeah, if he really wants to keep us here forever, he definitely won't stop at the standard traps. There's probably something much more complicated waiting for us next. Hopefully it's not a giant whirlpool or some rabid guardian fish.
Oh, it would be too easy if it was just a regular prison. Aqua Splankies is clearly no fool, which means we're in for something unexpected. Maybe the walls will suddenly start moving, or the water will rise dramatically and we'll have to find a way out under pressure.
And it could also be that we'll have to deal with living guards. And not regular ones, but mutated sea creatures. I've heard stories of strange creatures in underwater prisons. What if we're not alone here?
Well, if someone is here, we better be ready. If there are secret mechanisms next, we might have to solve puzzles to open doors. Hopefully there won't be any water traps. They're the hardest to spot.
One thing is clear, we can't relax. The further we go, the more difficult it gets. The key is to keep an eye on the details, because Aqua Splankies clearly likes clever traps. Let's stay focused and try to get out before it's too late.
Well, if you think about it, Aqua Splankies is water-themed, so the scariest prison would be completely flooded. Imagine, we would have to swim in narrow tunnels, avoiding sharks and giant octopuses.
Brr, that's creepy. But even worse is the ice prison. Imagine, everything is slippery. The traps are frozen, and if you fall into an icy abyss. Plus, there are ice monster guards all around, watching your every move.
What about a prison in the clouds? It would hang high in the sky. The platforms would float in the air, and if you stumble, you fly down with no chance of escape. Also, a storm could start. Lightning strikes, platforms collapsing.
Uh-oh! What about a prison that changes shape? You're walking down a hallway and it suddenly turns into a maze. Doors disappear, walls shift, and you don't even know if the path leads to an exit or a death trap.
Yeah, or a gravity prison. Everything's upside down in there, and if you take a wrong step, you fall. Into the ceiling. Or the wall. And you have to figure out where the real way out is and where it's just an illusion.
All your options sound creepy, but the real danger is the prison of time. You get stuck in a loop and relive the escape again, but each time the traps get harder. You may think you've escaped, but a minute later you're back again.
Wow, we're doing great so far. It seems like Aqua Splankies thought we would be stopped by their traps, but we're going through them like real pros. The main thing is not to relax. There might be something harder ahead.
Yeah, we're jumping, running, and we haven't even stumbled once. It feels like we've been through these challenges 100 times before, but I'm sure Splanky's got something cooking next. It can't be that easy.
From the outside, it looks like you're not stressing at all. Everything is perfectly timed, not a single mistake. Maybe you guys are some kind of hidden escape masters. Or are you just having super luck today?
Maybe it's a trap. Aqua Splankies made the beginning easy on purpose to make us relax, and then suddenly make it 10 times harder. We have to be on guard. Don't think it will be that easy until the end.
Sky the Chief is clearly not going to just let us pass. Look at the way he moves. He's fast, strong, and seems to be able to predict our moves. We need to figure out a tactic right away, or we'll be stuck here for a long time.
One thing I've already realized is that if we just run straight ahead, he'll definitely get us. We have to use evasions and attack at the right moment. Look, he has some weak points. Maybe if we hit them a few times, he'll lose his balance?
We beat him. It was incredibly difficult, but we made it through this huge monster. But there's still a lot of unknowns ahead, and we need to move on. The further we go, the more dangerous things may await us. I'm sure each new obstacle will only get worse.
That was something. Did you see it? It was so powerful, but we still won. Even though I'm tired, I can't help but feel that the toughest challenges are ahead. You and I made it through, but what happens next? Things can still change in a moment, so don't relax.
Wow, you did it! That was awesome! But I got a little scared when I saw who you had to fight. If you have the same dangers ahead, you have to be a few times more careful. You defeated Sky the Chief, but if you meet someone even stronger, how will you cope?
I'm truly glad you won. But guys, don't forget that you might have even worse enemies waiting for you. Everything here is set up in such a way that they might try to catch you at any moment. We've seen that every challenge here can be dangerous, and the further you go, the more you'll face real challenges.
Congratulations. You did well to tackle this boss. But I don't think it's the end. If there are such strong enemies here, who knows what kind of monsters are waiting for you in the next stages. Well, we just got out in the fresh air, and here we are meeting a new enemy. It's a robot. I'm not sure we have a chance unless we act together and smart. I think we need to use our powers.
Yeah, no time to relax. That robot looks like a real monster, and if we're not careful, we could be in big trouble. But Yarnaby, I'm with you. Let's use all our speed and strength to take him by surprise.
Wow, what a huge robot. I just looked at the size of it and I almost passed out.
We did it. We defeated that horrible robot. Honestly, I wasn't sure if it would work, but if it wasn't for our teamwork, it could have ended very differently. Okay, we're in a toy store, but something feels off to me. It's too quiet and empty. Stores aren't usually like this. I have a bad feeling about this.
I agree. It feels like someone is watching us. But maybe it's just imagination? Let's just look around for now. See if there's anything useful or clues around here.
I don't like this store. I saw a video about it. There's something creepy going on in there. You better be careful and don't click anything unnecessary.
Come on, guys, they're just toys. What's there to be afraid of? Although, if a teddy bear comes at you with an axe, I warned you in advance.
There's obviously something wrong here. What kind of store operates without a cashier and customers? Could this be a trap? Stand by. If anything, just run.
What is this horror? Why are her eyes so creepy? Dowie, there's nothing to think about. Run!
I agree. That thing looks like it doesn't care about damage. I hope there's a way out of here, otherwise we'll be her next toys.
I told you! It's Mr. Fanny playing with you. You need to find your way out right away, because if that doll catches up with you, then you better not even think about it.
Run faster! Don't stop even if it disappears for a second. In games like this, monsters always appear suddenly.
Look around. Maybe there's a door or a vent. It's obviously too big to fit through the bottleneck.
Don't turn around and don't try to fight. If this is Mr. Fanny's toy, then it's made for chasing. The only thing you need to do is run away and don't let her get any closer.
She's too fast. Where to run? There are narrow passages, dead ends. We need a place to outsmart her.
If we don't find a hiding place, she'll catch us. There must be some secret place. The toy store must have storage or a vent.
You have to find drawers, closets, or trap doors. These monsters can't always look in hiding places. The key is to move fast.
Look, there are huge toy boxes over there. If we dive in there, maybe it won't notice us, or at least lose sight of us for a couple seconds.
Oh no, not again. I hate games like this where you have to stand still. But if I make one extra move, that creepy doll will crush us for sure. Dowie, just don't run like a madman.
Yarnaby, you know me. I only run where it's scariest. But this thing is really creepy. Okay, I'll try to move carefully, but if you overtake me, I'll push you forward for sure.
Do you realize how serious this is? This isn't just a game, it's a real trap. If either of you move at the wrong moment, you'll be caught. Don't move abruptly, look only forward and don't panic.
Okay, this isn't funny anymore. That robot is the size of a whole house. If it spots us, we'll just be a wet spot. We've got to find shelter and fast. Dowie, just don't do anything stupid.
Stupid? I'm the best at hiding. Why don't we crawl under some broken table? Or hide behind some drawers? Although if the robot decides to go for a walk, a crate won't save us.
Don't you guys get it? We need to find a place where the robot can't even reach us. Like a vent or a high shelf. It's too big to get in there.
Huh, you should have my agility. I'd have been sitting up there somewhere a long time ago watching you panic. But seriously, altitude is our best friend. The important thing is that the robot can't reach it.
In terms of strategy, we need to find not just a shelter, but a safe point where we won't get caught even by a random impact. Maybe some pipes on the walls?
The main thing is not to move too sharply or make any sounds.
Okay, Dowie, we need to be as careful as possible. This thing looks absolutely terrifying. It's not just an obstacle course, it's a real death course with mechanical traps and falling platforms.
Don't worry, Yarnaby, I've got it all figured out. If I wasn't prepared for those jumps and turns, I wouldn't have taken the controls. We don't just go over these obstacles, we have to show we can do it faster and cooler than everyone else.
Are you guys sure? I'm just looking at all this and I'm starting to get a little worried. These load elevators look like they could crush us if we make even a little mistake. I don't know about you, but I don't like this situation at all.
Poppy, don't worry, it'll be fine. I'd say it's even fun if it wasn't so dangerous. But I think if we move clearly, avoiding the traps, we'll manage to get out alive.
Okay, Dowie, we've come a long way, but there's one question that's been bugging me. How in the world did this doll come to life? Toys aren't supposed to move on their own, and this one's chasing us around like it's actually thinking. Could this be some kind of experiment, or did someone create her like this on purpose?
Yeah, it's creepy. I thought it was just part of the game at first, but the further we get, the more I realize there's something wrong here. Maybe there were some weird experiments going on in that store. What if this doll was a regular doll, but something went wrong and now it's hunting us?
I don't like that thought at all. If toys can come to life, who knows what other monsters are ahead of us? What if this doll isn't the only one alive in this store? What if there's someone else here watching us? We have to be ready for anything.
Could the reason be some sort of curse? It sounds silly, but little else. I have no other explanation. I've never seen toys chasing people on their own. The only thing I know for sure is that we need to find a way out of here before that thing catches up with us again.
If the doll has indeed come to life, then there is some logic to its behavior. She's not just chasing us, she's doing it for a purpose. We need to figure out why she's chasing us. Maybe there's a way to stop her, or at least slow her down.
Most likely the cause is hidden somewhere in the store itself. Maybe there have been experiments here, or there's some technology in this doll that we don't know about. But the main thing now is to keep going and find a way out before it catches up with us again.
This place looks creepy. Everything is covered in dust, the pipes are rusty, and the floor creaks underfoot. It feels like there haven't been people here for years. If this doll really lived here, then it could be hiding here from someone, or something.
Well, judging from the condition of this factory, it's been abandoned for a long time. Maybe they used to make toys here, but then something happened and they shut it down. What if the doll isn't just a toy, but the result of some failed experiment that everyone has forgotten?
So she was just waiting for someone to come here again? That would explain why she's chasing us so furiously. We're probably the first people to come in here in years, and now she doesn't want us out. We have to be careful in case there are more monsters just like us in here.
Oh no, the platforms have already started to fall. We need to quickly jump onto the ones that remain or we'll fall down. Dowie, you just don't slow down, or I won't be able to pull you out every time.
Hey, I can do it myself. Just stay close to me. If anything, I'll back you up. The main thing is to keep an eye on which platforms are shaking. They're about to disappear. We have to be extra careful.
Wow, that looks really dangerous. You have to calculate your jumps in advance so you don't end up on a platform that's about to fail. Come on, guys. You can do it.
Ha! Look how fast Yarnaby jumps. Just like a real acrobat. And Dowie almost stumbled, but he's holding on. The main thing is that the platform beneath them doesn't disappear at the most unexpected moment.
We did it! We got out of here alive! I never want to see that creepy factory again. And that doll, I hope it stays there and doesn't follow us.
Oh, finally some fresh air. I was beginning to think we weren't going to make it out. This ordeal was just crazy. But the important thing is we won. I'm not going to set foot in that toy store again.
This factory is definitely not just any old building. Something strange is going on here. But since we're out, the puppet didn't catch up with us. Or did it?
What kind of creepy place is this? Who even goes to such a weird school? We definitely need to get out of here before it gets even creepier.
Definitely, but where's the way out? The doors are locked, the windows can't open either. Looks like we'll have to find another way out. And it's likely to be an unpleasant one.
Look at these walls. It feels like no one's cleaned this place in a long time. Or maybe there's never been any normal students here at all?
Maybe it's just a survival test? Like if you get out, you get an A. But if you stay here, well, I guess it's best not to find out.
I don't like this place. It's too quiet. Like someone is watching you. I'd advise you not to linger in one place.
Agreed. There are most likely traps, hidden mechanisms, and of course, orange sprunks waiting for you. The main thing is not to lose concentration and not to make any sudden movements.
These traps are nightmarish. I've almost gotten caught 3 times already. Who does such elaborate tests at school anyway?
They obviously don't want to let us out of here, but if we're careful and fast, we can get through all these creepy obstacles.
I'm watching you guys and thinking, maybe we should try to figure out these traps. There's usually a pattern to these places. If you understand it, you can get through safely. But of course, if you're happy with the option of just jumping in and hoping for luck, then go ahead.
I don't know. It seems to me that detours can be even more dangerous. If traps are set everywhere, who knows what's waiting for you around the corner? I would have blown this school to hell by now, but alas, I am only observing.
I agree. The defenses here are clearly not simple. The traps are most likely set with logic, and if you had time, you could have thought it through. But as there isn't, you'd better act on the situation and react quickly.
The main thing is not to panic. Panic leads to mistakes, and mistakes here can be very costly. Keep a cool mind. Analyze every step and don't rush.
Oh no! He's awake! I knew something would go wrong. Doey, run! That monster looks like it could catch up with us in a second. I hope the exit is around here somewhere or we're screwed.
I'm not ready to become that thing's lunch. It's too fast, we can't just run at random. We need to find a corridor to hide in, or better yet, trap him. Yarnaby, do you have any ideas?
Now that's not just a challenge anymore. That's real survival. You need to come up with a plan as soon as possible, because if you just run ahead, sooner or later he'll catch up with you. You need to trick him.
Oh no! Is this some kind of testing gym for crazy people? Look at those platforms, spikes, and huge weights. If we make one mistake, we'll just be crushed to bits.
Yarnaby, don't panic. We just need to be precise and accurate, then we won't fall down. The main thing is not to look down. Although, no, it's better to look down so we know where not to fall.
Wow! I've never seen anything like this before. This isn't just parkour, it's a survival challenge. You have to act super fast, but you have to be careful. Just don't hesitate or else, well, you know what will happen.
Haha! Well, good luck, guys. I'm personally betting that Doey will go down first. Just kidding. Although, no, I'm not. All right, just concentrate and don't let us down.
Judging by the construction of the hall, there might be some sort of secret path. Maybe try checking the walls or ceiling. Those places often have hidden platforms or loopholes.
Don't forget, coordination is key. If you start to panic, your legs will definitely fail you. Take small steps, jump clearly, and think ahead of where you are going next.
Are you serious? We just ran through this crazy gym, nearly breaking every bone in our body, and this orange Spranky is already here like he's been waiting for us? Does he have a limit to his strength or is he immortal? We definitely need to think of something smarter than just running.
I thought we could finally catch a break, but no, that monster teacher turned out to be more cunning. He seemed to wait until we were exhausted to corner us. We need to not just run, but look for ways around or traps to hold him off.
I told you this wasn't an easy school. Everyone here is out to get you. If you don't run away now, you'll stay here forever and he'll make you part of this horrible place. Don't hesitate. Run fast while you have any chance of escape.
Okay, so it's a race for survival now? Well then, imagine you're in the Olympics running from scary teachers. If you win, you get your freedom, and if you lose, well, I guess you won't like the second place prize.
Wait, running isn't always the best option. Maybe we should find some cover or distract him so we have more time. Maybe pull the fire alarm, break a window, climb into a vent. We need to think fast or we'll definitely get caught.
This is no time for doubt. If you start to hesitate, it will grab you. Keep your focus only on the exit. Don't look back. Stay on course. Orange Spranky is a test of your endurance, and if you want to survive, you need to prove you're faster than him.
Ooh, now that's the reinforcement I understand. Now we have super speed and super jumps, so we need to speed up and get through this whole obstacle course before the effect wears off. The key is to keep up the pace and not crash into something unexpected.
Are you sure that's a good idea? Speed is cool, but if I hit a wall at that speed, I'll turn into a pancake. Okay, we'll give it a try. But if I fly somewhere wrong, catch me.
Wow! You guys are like superheroes now. The key is to use it wisely. Those traps are there for a reason, And if you get too cocky, even a super run won't save you. Be careful.
That's it, Dowie. This is our chance to prove we're not just fugitives. Orange Spranky thought we'd just run away, but we're ready to fight back. The main thing is to keep him from surrounding us and look for any opportunity to counterattack.
I knew there was no way out of here. This monster has been waiting for us, and now we're going to have to fight. I'm not sure we have a chance of winning, but if we give up, it's the end. We have to use everything we find around us to win.
You're actually going to fight him! That's insane! Wouldn't it be better to outsmart him? He's big, but he's not the smartest. Maybe there's a way to trap him instead of getting into a head-on fight? Think fast before he attacks.
Now that's what I like. The real show is starting. I was hoping you'd just squeal and run away, but no, you want to fight. All right, let's see what you can do. Don't fall on your faces, heroes.
If he's huge and strong, then we need to use his power against him. Should we try to lure him into an unstable area or use something around him to weaken him? It's not like we can just take it by force.
Finally, we won the race, Dowie. It was an adrenaline rush. I thought we wouldn't make it, but we did it. Now the main thing is to keep going until we're out there and safe.
Yes, we did it. The whole journey was full of danger, but we managed to overcome all the obstacles. Now the important thing is not to relax, we might get caught up, so let's move faster towards the exit.
Hey, wait, don't relax. It's not like we're past all the dangers yet. This whole school is full of traps and surprises. But if you're ready to run, I'm with you. Let's just keep going.
Well, that was something. An amazing race. But don't let yourself get too relaxed too soon, guys. We need to get to the street. What if there's more waiting for us on the way? Who knows what might be waiting for us?
Here we are in the street. But just as I thought, Orange Spranky is here. We've been through so much already, but now we need to finish him off once and for all. We won't back down. We're ready to fight to the end.
That's right, we're not giving up. This guy thinks he can stop us, but we have the power to defeat him. We can do it, guys. Let's show him what we can do.
Oh, he hasn't realized who he stumbled upon yet. Let him come. We're ready for him. You guys are great.
Here we are, Dowie. We're at school. It looks quite normal, but something tells me that something strange awaits us here. Hopefully the lessons will be easy and the teachers won't be so scary.
Ha, Yarnaby. If you think it's going to be easy here, you're wrong. Something tells me this academy isn't easy. Let's better be on guard right away, in case there are some traps here.
Oh, guys, I hope you'll be fine. School is just lessons and assignments after all. What could possibly go wrong here? Although, judging by this school, I'm already feeling a bit uneasy.
Huh, are the teachers even normal? Or are there going to be some creepy exams? I wouldn't be surprised if instead of tests you were offered to run or something worse.
The main thing is to remember to do your homework, haha. To be honest though, this school looks unusual. Maybe there are secrets here that no one knows about.
All right, let's keep it light. Maybe it'll be fine and it's just a normal class. Although, if anything happens, at least you've got a chance of surviving.
Okay, Dowie, we should at least try to act normal in this class. Although, to be honest, my hands are itching to do something fun. But maybe we'll get around it this time?
Yarnaby, what if the teacher turns out to be really strict? What if he gives punishments for every mistake? Okay, we'll try not to stand out, but I'm not promising anything.
I hope you really do behave normally. I don't want you to get kicked out or worse, kept out of school. Suddenly there's some weird punishment for that around here?
So what? Class has just started and I'm already bored. That's it. Pff, pff. Haha, that's a direct hit. Who says you can't have a little fun in history? Dowie, you're next.
Yarnaby, have you lost your mind? If the teacher sees this, we're screwed. Although, okay, give me a pipe. I want to try it too. It's for science. Let's test the aerodynamics of the papers.
Oh no, are you serious? You didn't even last 5 minutes. I was sure you would. The teacher's already giving you an evil look. You'd better stop before it's too late.
Ha ha ha, what a bunch of rebels you are. Look, if the teacher gets angry, I won't help. But if anything, I'll tell him you studied ancient Roman battle tactics. Maybe it'll work?
I'd pretend I don't know you. But that's too funny. Although, if you get caught, I'm afraid this history lesson will be your last ever.
That's it. We've had enough. The teacher's getting nervous, and from the look on his face, he's ready to kick you out of the door. I'd suggest you pretend to be nerds, but it's too late.
Finally a break. I almost didn't make it after those classes. Hopefully the cafeteria will have something more edible than the standard school food, but if there are pizzas in there, I'll take them right away.
Yeah, pizza is the main thing. I probably won't have time to find anything decent as usual. If it's going to be some vegetables or soups again, I won't go at all. I'd rather try my hand with desserts.
Do you really think you can be so carefree again? It's not just the food we're supposed to be busy with here. But all right, I'll come with you, as long as there's something normal to eat. Hopefully it'll all work out.
Honestly, I thought reading class would be a lot more boring. And now that we're sitting here and I'm listening, it's kind of even interesting. Maybe I'm not as badly adjusted as I thought I was before.
I generally thought it would be hard-pressed. Sitting there, reading, and everyone just looking at you. But to be honest, it's not that bad. And to be honest, the book is pretty exciting.
How can you even think that? Lessons are always a time for learning, not just fun. But okay, if you like it, so be it. I tried concentrating last time too, but it's hard.
Come on, it's reading, not some cool action. But if that's what you find enjoyment in, I'll keep you going. I might have picked something a little more dynamic, but okay, maybe it's actually interesting.
I'd probably put it all to music. Imagine if all the words on the pages of a book were translated into a melody. That would certainly be unusual and cool, wouldn't it?
I don't know about you, but I've always thought that reading lessons are like traveling to another world. Kinda boring, but when you start to think about it, every turn can be full of amazing discoveries.
Okay, I'll try to act normal. Just sitting around, reading, not moving, not doing anything stupid. Finally. Classes are over and now we can get out of here. I can't sit still any longer. I've got to run. Dowie, let's have a race to the exit. Who can get there first?
Haha, what, you think you can outrun me? I'm ready to go. All right, on the count of 3, let's go. Wait, where's our backpack? It's not like we can just run away.
Oh, you're so restless. You're always running away. Why don't we just pack quietly first and then go?
Oh no, this is a disaster. Staying after school is the worst punishment ever. I was hoping the teachers would just forget about our behavior, but no, they left us here. How are we supposed to survive? Maybe there's some secret way out.
I told you we should have been more careful. And now here's the result. Instead of walking around freely, we're locked in here. Maybe if we behave perfectly, they'll let us out early. Although, knowing us, that's unlikely.
Well, that's what you should do. You behaved like little children and now you're complaining. This was a history lesson and you put on a comedy show. Maybe this is a chance to change? Although, who am I kidding? Tomorrow you'll be hooliganizing again.
This is the worst day of my life. Staying after school is like being locked in a cage when there's so much fun stuff out there. Although, maybe if we pretend to be remorseful, we'll get a vacation for good behavior.
That's fine with me. I can relax, no one is chasing me to do my homework. I can just slowly think about life. Although, to be honest, it would be nicer to be at home instead of at school after class. Maybe we could try to negotiate with the teacher?
Fair punishment. Who was spitting papers? Who was constantly distracted? That's the result. I think the teachers aren't that evil. Perhaps if you promise to reform, they'll let you go. Then again, who would believe that?
Well, where is everybody? It's getting late in the evening and we're being held here like we're some kind of criminals. Maybe the teachers just forgot about us. Or is this some kind of psychological experiment to see how long we can survive without freedom?
That's suspicious. Usually teachers at least stop by to scold us, but here it's silence. Are we really locked up? Maybe it's time to find a way out, or at least something to eat because I'm starving already.
I told you to behave yourself, and now you're sitting here suffering. Although, this is really weird. Maybe the school's closed and we're out here all alone. Imagine if someone is watching us right now.
Oh, don't scare me, Poppy. I'm already nervous enough as it is. What if it's a trap? Or worse, are we being used in some secret school experiment? Maybe we should just sit in a corner and not move. At least it'll be calmer that way.
Oh, you're just being dramatic. Maybe the teachers have decided to give us a lesson in patience? Or are they testing how long we can stay in one place? Although, if we really are locked in, we should start looking for a way out immediately.
Great, just great. We're trapped. As if a whole day at school wasn't punishment enough. Now they're giving us a quest too. Okay, let's not whine. Let's figure out where to find those keys.
Well, since there are 3 locks, there are just as many keys. They can't be far away or no one would ever get out. Maybe there's one in the principal's office? That's where they always keep all the important stuff.
Phew, this is getting kind of crazy. What if it's a trap altogether? Maybe if we take the key, the alarms will go off and the guards will come running to us.
Well, of course. No one would just let us out like this. Now we've got traps, lasers, and tons of dangerous places. Great! The school's turned into a prison. Who would even think of something like that?
Well, if you think about it, it's kind of fun. It's like we're in an action movie. But it's one thing to watch, it's another to get out of here. We've got to figure out where the safe zones are and move carefully.
Fun! Are you serious? There are lasers everywhere. And if we get lit up, what if the alarm goes off? We need to be as careful as possible or we'll be stuck here forever.
Hey, the important thing is not to panic. Maybe there's some kind of clue here? The school can't just shut down for dangerous stuff like this, can it? There must be a secret mechanism somewhere.
What? Dewey, are you serious? How did you even manage to find all the clues so fast? We were racking our brains and you just did it. The teachers definitely underestimated you.
Well, it wasn't that hard. One was in my locker, one was behind the bulletin board, and the third one I just found on the floor. I think someone lost it. So now we can get out.